Is Santa Claus alive or dead?
Stop it, it doesn't say that. He better be alive.
When you think of me, what's the first memory that comes to mind and why?
I think you'll know the first memory that comes to mind. I was 6 years old on my 6th birthday, and and you took me, I thought about it today actually, you took me to Disneyland, just you and me, for my 6th birthday.
I took you out of school.
You took me out of school. It was kindergarten I was in. I think this is our second daddy-daughter date, 49 years later. But you took me to Disneyland, and I got to pick whatever rides that we wanted to go on. And I got to pick any flower I wanted for Mom. And I picked a red rose. And then we went to our car.
And
you locked the keys in the car.
Right.
And we waited there forever.
And what of that in 50 years?
For the security guard who came up, and you just asked him, you said, I can only remember part of it. You said, do you just have a hanger? Can I just have a hanger? And I remember the guy saying, I'm not supposed to help people break into cars, because he's the security guard, which would make sense. And but he either broke into it for us and got the keys, or gave you the hanger.
Gave me the hanger.
Yes.
Yes.
That was a very fun day. I had a really fun day.
And how many? That was 44 years ago.
No, Dad, it was 49 years ago. 49.
No, because how old were you?
I was 6. I'm 55 now.
You are?
Yeah, seriously.
Oh my God, where'd all those years go?
I was kind of upset that you hadn't asked me to go anywhere since. But...
Well, I don't like to rush things. You have 2 brothers and a sister, and they're still waiting for their turn. So, you know how that goes.
They should. Okay. I'm going to do mine. Okay? Ready? Oh, wait.
That's good. Put the card that way.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't read it upside down.
Me too closest, the feel you do when. When do you feel the closest to me?
That's difficult. Hopefully I feel the closest to you all the time. Because we speak of family, and it's always family. Mm-hmm. And the closest to one child, other than another child, there's no difference. Mm-mm. The most I was impressed with you, First Communion.
You felt closest to me at First Communion?
Yeah, because I felt I'm the father of that young lady, and I have to take care of her now. Mm-hmm. And up until that time, you were a little brat running around the house, but at that time you became serious. Mm-hmm. And it was serious to me at that time too. Mm-hmm. It's always serious to me at that time. Other times when you got married, I was losing a daughter, we danced. Mm-hmm. And why someone dances when they lose a daughter is beyond me. I have no idea. You would think there'd be a closeness. I thought you
were doing a lot of dancing if you lost me, so. Okay, your turn.
How do you love me?
Let me count the ways. How do I love you? It's really funny because I'm 55, you're 90. And you still want to like make sure that you're doing well in your mom and dad's eyes, right? You're still like looking for that approval. And I think how I love you is by doing things that I learned from you all. And I love you through my actions with others. It's not something I think of. It's just, I love to be with you. I love to spend time with you. I love when we go to the beach and have drinks. I love when we watch, some stupid show at your house. I love when you guys come over and watch the sunset or have charcuterie or come to a Super Bowl party or we go do things. I don't know.
I think that expresses everything. I mean, how do you tie that?
I love to be with you, and I hope that when we're together, you feel the love that I have.
Absolutely.
What are you hesitant to tell me? I have something in my eye.
I don't think there's anything I'm hesitant to tell you. I tell you, there's a lot of things I don't know if you need to know. And I don't know if I'm hiding anything.
Are you hiding something?
Well, not that I know of.
Okay.
I'm a pretty open guy, so it's what you see is what you get. And it may not be pretty, but that's what it's going to be. So if you have a question and you want to, I'll tell you. If not, I'll tell you, it's none of your business. Be very simple.
Okay.
Yeah, that's, what else can you ask for?
Nothing.
You know?
Thanks for giving me the straight shit.
And you'll get honesty. You may not like the answers that I give.
There's been a lot of answers I didn't like.
But those are the answers, and those are the way I'd feel about the situation.
Okay.
So, if this were to be our last conversation,
Oh, geez.
what's one thing you'd never want me to forget? If this were to be our last conversation, what's the one thing you'd never want me to forget? It's not our last conversation.
I
It's
know,
okay.
but still. That I think you made a print on me in my heart that will never go away. And that you've been such an amazing person to everyone. I heard people call you God once. You think that's a God. And they didn't mean like, no offense, but they didn't mean like in like statuesque, like your dad's a God. I'm sure you are. But they meant like, you're so amazing. And I think just that I'm thankful that my daughter carries you in her heart. And I think that will go on past my daughter, that you'll be there in generations and generations to come. And that I'll always take care of Mama. That's it. Let's let you answer that question now. You made me do this.
That was pretty sweet.
No. Oh, yeah. If this was our last conversation, what's the one thing you wouldn't want me to forget? You don't get out of this one.
Well, I think I should.
No, I think you shouldn't.
Just on age alone, I should.
No, you don't get a pass, dude.
Okay, well, I wouldn't pass on that.
No.
Probably something that is way out on the limb on this.
Okay.
But I think about it still. When I came home from work, to have two little girls come running up the hollering, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy's home," would be a great thing to remember me by. Mm-hmm. Because I'm gone, but I'll still be home. Mm-hmm. And not only the girls, I had two boys.
Yeah,
and it was different. But the girls are exceptional at that. Boys don't come out and jump up and sit on your lap. Mm-hmm. Girls come back and sit on your knee and tell you their day. The boys say, "I don't know. Mm-hmm. I didn't learn anything today. You know, what'd you do at school? Nothing." Mm-hmm. And that's as far as you got. With the girls, and you particularly, would have a story, tell you what they did today. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'm not too sure if that story was accurate, but at 4 or 5 years old, you know, you get what you can. Mm-hmm. So I think that would do it for me.
Okay.
But I think that was kind of sneaky, passing that over.
They said we could do that. I took advantage of my opportunity.
Rules are rules.
What makes us family?
Oh, God. You know, I guess you can go into getting real deep here. But without doing that, picking one word, laughter.
Yeah.
There's always laughter in our house.
Yeah.
You know, there was laughter when 4 kids were there. There's laughter with just the 2 of us.
Yeah.
And we laugh over silly things. Things that other people might be hurt by, and we laugh at it. We can call each other names and laugh about it. You know, you got a big brother and a little brother. How do we get boys on the bookends and girls in the middle, you know? I don't know. So one word, laughter.
I think you're right. I think even when we were all in that little tiny house,
Yes.
there was a lot of us in that little tiny house.
More people than should have been, but
Way
we
more.
were there.
But it was, I can't remember a day when there wasn't a ton of laughter in the house.
It has to
It
be.
has to be fun.
Yes.
What's the point if it's not fun?
Right. Right. And you know, if you're looking for one word, that's it, kid.
I'm with you. High five, motherfucker. We're done.
Done.
We're done.
And let's see. How come I got an F? That's what I used to
No.
get.
You're done.